Okay, we're going to actually go off script.
Okay.
I've got some questions for you.
Oh my God, I don't like it already.
But how can somebody really afford to buy a house right now? Like, yes, they're more expensive than they've ever been. And 5 years from now, they're going to be even more expensive. So people need to get a house now.
Yeah.
How can they do it?
You can't rent forever. It's the best way.
Right.
I'm just kidding.
Dude.
No, but look, I mean, there's just so many different ways. I mean, it's a very vague answer, but what I will say is, like, you know, you have zero down programs that typically you can get into a house easier than you can get into like your next house for renting, right? You can get in with less money. So the fact that if you can get into another rental, you can go buy a house, right? Maybe it's not the size of house that you want, which is arguable, but the thing is like, you're building wealth this way though, right? So it's worth it. Just hunker down, build your wealth, and then slowly keep playing Monopoly and getting higher and higher, you know, bigger and bigger homes, you know?
So, yeah, I mean, that's what I was going to say is like, I think the common misconception is everybody thinks they have to buy their dream house for their first one.
Exactly.
And really, you can get your first home doesn't have to be perfect, but in 2 or 3 years, it's going to appreciate. You're going to have, what's the average right now? 4% year over year.
Exactly.
So, I mean, think about the equity and the wealth you're building up that you can either, maybe your life will be totally different. You'll have a different job. You'll make more money. You can keep that as a rental, or you can sell it, pocket the equity to help buy the next step in your home, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of things to that. For example, I just did a stat I posted on Instagram the other day. It's like $2,500 a month is like $900,000 over 30 years. You're paying for a mortgage. Whether you own a house at the end or not is completely up to you. So,
but what if I have to fix it? What if I get a flat tire, dude?
Well, exactly. But now you have all that equity, right? So you're paying all that. So for example, your first year of being in a house, let's just say you buy a $400,000 house, right? 4% appreciation on an average year. I get it. Not every year is the same.
Yeah.
You have some way higher than that and you have some way lower than that. But at the end of the day, if you're on an average year, that's $16,000 that you got your first year just from living in the house.
Yeah, but let me stop you right there. I can't get that money, can I? What if I need that money?
You could always do like a HELOC pretty quick.
Right.
You know?
So if you have to replace that air conditioning unit, how do you do it if you don't have the money?
Well, first off, you get a home warranty in the beginning.
Yeah.
That covers your ass for the first year, 2 years.
Well, and you can keep renewing it if you want.
But you know, at the end of the day, though, here's the deal: let's say you get $16,000 the first year. Let's say you get $18,000 the next year, right, and $20,000 the next year. Very quickly, and buy the house the right way. Like I would also say, if you're a first-time home buyer, don't buy something with an AC that's about to go out. Like it's pretty controlled on what you buy,
especially right now with how much inventory is out there.
Exactly, right. But then, you know, like very quickly, you'll look back in 3 years and yes, you will have a lot of equity. So if you're just paying your minimum payments, unlike rent, where you're just going to have to find the next place to keep paying payments, at least with paying payments with this, you have all this home equity. You just take some money out if you really need to and fix the house. You fix whatever's needed.
With a mortgage, your payments are fixed.
If anything, it goes down, right? Because in this market right now, you're at a certain rate, right? But then almost guaranteed, the rates are going to come down at some point.
And they already have been.
Right? They have been. And so whatever you lock into today, it's a little bit higher than what you pay for rent, but you're going to come down from that. You're going to refinance and it's going to come less, right?
And what happens with rent?
Yeah, it always gradually goes up. It's that slow burn, right? And then you never get anything from it.
And what would you say to the person who, let's say they have a $1,200 a month rent, but it's small, like they get, maybe it's a studio apartment or something, right? Like
buy the same kind of thing, except buy it, right? Instead of anything that it's easy. Everyone overcomplicates this. Whatever you're renting right now, just go buy the same thing.
Because it's your first stepping stone.
Exactly. And if you can live in it as a rental and you can live your life, right? What you are doing with your life and your family. If you can do that in a studio for $1,200, maybe it costs you $1,300 to buy then.
Yeah.
Buy it.
You know, the other thing that we didn't cover at all is you get tax advantages.
Plenty.
Right? You can write off your interest, which is huge. So it effectively reduces your rate.
Yeah, I know it goes overlooked sometimes, but it's also the status of how you feel.
Yeah.
You know, I know you're a homeowner as well, have been for a long time, but there's some that changes whenever you go from being a renter to a homeowner. It's like, this is mine. I mean, it's the single biggest investment. You're going to look back in 5 years and go, oh my God, this is the single largest amount of wealth that I have in any of my other.
And so once interest rates go down, you're going to pay way more for the house because the market's going to shift. You're not going to get any concessions.
I'm trying to be such an advocate for first-time homebuyers right now. Is it's actually so easy to get into a house in these current market conditions for a buyer.
Yeah, it is.
Especially for a first-time homebuyer. This is the time you need to be buying.